And one of the most interesting things we did was we interviewed a white hat hacker named Jekyll. He's come back to us with some additional information that he's uncovered that we think you should see. I've also invited back our friend Russ Ramsland. And Russ is a voter fraud expert, but he is also an internet and cyber expert as well. So I want Russ to join in seeing this story. He's followed it for a while, and he's followed Jekyll for a while. So welcome to the War Room, Russ.
Great, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Great. So we've got Jekyll. He's an off-site location, and he's going to be showing on this monitor some of the things he's uncovered. Jekyll, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Kevin, and good morning.
Good morning. What have you got to show for us?
Okay, so after our last conversation, when we got into explaining how vulnerable the hacking, or how vulnerable the voting systems and the voting machines are within the United States and globally, me and some of the guys that I work with decided to start delving further in so we can actually catalog and show exactly how vulnerable it was.
Okay, I've got Russ Ramsland here, and we're going to be watching. Go ahead and demonstrate.
All right, so first off, we looked at one company. It's sort of a minor company. So this first one is going to be a company called 10X Software Solutions. Now, what I'm going to show you first here is I used an open source piece of software called Burp Suite to be able to do what's called web crawling.
So this isn't hacking or anything. This is just out there doing it.
Correct, Russ. What this is just utilizing a program, operating system called Linux, and using a few tools, especially one that's known as a web crawler. I can look at a website and I can enumerate every link that is on that site and then start looking for vulnerabilities, start looking for programming that's set up incorrectly, or information that's not secured.
Okay, so 10X Solutions is a voter machine company?
Yes, and recently they just did won a contract with Dallas, so now they're going to be running the voter check-in systems in Dallas County. So when you go in to register to vote for that morning, you put your ID down, and 10X runs the software for the iPad or the Samsung that's sitting there that you put your ID on.
Okay, so I see a series of links here, starting with mail.10xsolutions.com. And what you're telling me and what you just said to Russ, this wasn't hacked. This is just something anybody that crawls the internet can find this without trying to do anything going in and looking at 10X inside the company. You're just looking at what's publicly available. Is that correct?
That's correct. And the information that we found is quite staggering because if you look at links that are on the site, it looks like the person who set it up is leaving the keys before the door. So every time you have a door you have to go through that requires a password, we're finding text files that have those passwords in them. We're finding areas that are supposed to have security that have absolutely no security to it whatsoever.
It's like leaving the key under the mat to your house.
Exactly.
More than that, what I think you're suggesting isn't that this even looks purposeful?
It has to. The guy who runs 10X's software, he is listed as a CISSP, so he should know all of the current protocols in setting up passwords and securing a system. The problem is, as you can see, you look down on this list, precinctcentral.com and download, which is for installing their software onto a tablet. The passwords to be able to get into it were super123 just to be able to log in. So now I have a location where I can go in and see where their software is. Well, if I can find someone's software, then what that means is I can take that software and start finding vulnerabilities that I can exploit.